Hello everybody, welcome to our youth cooking school video today where we will be making strawberry frozen yogurt, otherwise known as froyo. I am so excited to make this recipe. I have actually never made this before, but I do love strawberries, so I'm excited to see how this turns out. So I do want to start out with our ingredient list and then we'll go through the step-by-step process. So if you look at your recipe list that was sent to you in your box, you will see that we will need strawberries, honey, Greek yogurt, and lemon juice. So for your Greek yogurt, today I am using Greek vanilla yogurt and it is non-fat. If you would like to use full fat, that's totally fine too. It will actually be a little more creamy for you, so whatever your preference is. And then as far as lemon juice, you can use a fresh lemon, or like I did, I just got this lemon juice right here that I'm going to use. So either or will work for this recipe. So let's go ahead and get started with our steps. Number 1. Wash the strawberries and remove the stems. So for the strawberries, you will need 4 cups if you want to make the full recipe. So that is equivalent to 32 ounces. And so for me, I have already put them in my cups, but I do want to show you the container that I bought at the store, and I just bought 2 of them. And so you can see here, these were my 2 containers. So these are 16 ounces. And so if you just want to get 2 of these, that's fine. Or if you can find the 32 ounce size at the store, that will work too. Okay, so you're gonna wash your strawberries really good in some water. I've actually already done that. The next step is to remove the stems. And so I do just want to show you how to do that. It's super easy. Strawberries are pretty soft, and so it doesn't make for too hard of a cut. So you're going to bunch up all of the green stem and just kind of do it like this. So you hold it all like that, so you have it all pushed back. You're going to take your knife and just slowly start to kind of go back and forth down the strawberry. So you can see my motion, it was just kind of back and forth. And so I cut the stem off, and then this is what I have left. So if you've ever had a strawberry before, you most likely have never eaten the stem. That's not the yummy part. The yummy part's gonna be this part. And so it does say to cut the strawberries in half. We're doing that just so it all fits in the blender nicely and it will all mix together very nicely. So again, you'll just do that same motion back and forth. If it is a larger strawberry, you can even cut it again so you have 4 pieces, but this isn't too big of a strawberry, so I'm gonna leave it like that. So I'll do a few more. So again, just back and forth. We'll go one way. This one is kind of bigger, so I made 4 pieces. Again, one more time, back and forth. And so once you do a few of them, you will really start getting the hang of it. So my measuring cups here, it does go up to 2 cups. And so I did just fill them both up to 2 cups here. And so if you only have a measuring cup that has 1 cup, you'll just do it 4 times and you can just put it all in a bowl. So the next step is going to be number 2. Add strawberries, honey, Greek yogurt, and lemon juice to your food processor or blender. And so today I am going to be using a blender. And so let's go back up to the top of our recipe, and so we can measure out everything else and we can add it into the blender. So again, 2 tablespoons of raw honey. So this is my measuring utensil. It's going to be 2 tablespoons. And so I'm just going to take my honey here. This is what I'm using from the store. And you're just gonna fill it up. And I'm just gonna use a spoon to help also get the honey out of here. It is pretty sticky, so make sure you try to get everything out. And then I am going to just pour in one of these, so 2 cups of my strawberries. And I'm going to do another tablespoon of honey. So we're adding honey to make the flavor more sweet. So I would recommend starting with the 2 tablespoons the recipe says, but if you would like to have it a little sweeter, once we blend everything up and we taste it, you're more than welcome to add more honey. All it's gonna do is just add sweetness to our frozen yogurt. So I'm gonna add the rest of my strawberries in. So you can see it fills up my blender pretty good. This is a pretty big blender. My blender is 6 cups and it's pretty full. So the next step is going to be adding our lemon juice. So the recipe does call for 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. This is going to be my measuring tool for my teaspoon. And so not much lemon juice, it's just there to give it a little zest, I would say. And again, once we make all of this, you can just taste it at the end. And if you want to add more of anything, you can do so. Our last ingredient is going to be our yogurt. And so again, if you have regular yogurt, that will work too. We do say to use Greek yogurt just because Greek yogurt is more creamy, kind of thick, and so it is going to make your frozen yogurt even creamier. And again, fat-free, full fat, they'll both be good, just kind of depends what you prefer, but I am using fat-free today. And so again, we are going to fill this up 1 cup. So you can see here, it's pretty thick. So unlike regular yogurt, it's usually a little runnier and I probably wouldn't be able to do this. Okay, so it looks like I have about 1 cup here. I am then going to take my spoon again and just pour it all into my blender. All right, so everything is in my blender now. I'm just kind of stirring it up just a little to get the yogurt kind of towards the bottom too. So we have now added our strawberries, honey, Greek yogurt, and lemon juice to our food processor or our blender. So the next step is to process until creamy. This could take up to 5 minutes. Since we don't have anything frozen in here, I don't think it's going to take that long, but just depending on what you are using, it may take less or more time. And so while we're blending, it does say you may need to scrape down the sides. So you can already see here, I already have yogurt at the top. So I'll probably blend it once, scrape it, and then blend it again, just to make sure everything is mixed. It does say here, if you find the strawberries are not fully blending, you can remove half and blend in the batch, add a little water to help move it on. So we'll just see how it goes. Again, I've never made this before, so you are doing this the first time probably, as I am too. So, of course, you're gonna put your lid onto whatever you are using. So my lid is on. I'm using a Ninja, so that's how I'm putting everything together. Yours may be different depending on your blender. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend it for just a little and we'll see how this goes. Okay, so I'm gonna stop there. You can clearly see my yogurt at the top and the strawberries at the bottom. It is starting to all mix together, but I'm just gonna help it along here by just kind of stirring this up. And so I do have probably like 8 more strawberries in there that need to be blended. Right now, that's how we're looking, so it's looking very good. It looks really creamy too. Okay, so put your lid back on and I'm going to blend just for a couple more seconds probably. So it is all blended. I know the sides where you guys can see have a little yogurt on it, but you can see here it is all fully blended. So now you are going to make sure all your strawberries are broken up, everything is mixed. And go ahead and get a spoon, a clean spoon, and go ahead and try it and see what you think. If you need to add more flavor, you could add more strawberries. If you need to add a little sweetness to it, you will add more honey. And if you want a little more zest, you will add lemon. Very tasty. Mine's actually, I think, the perfect sweetness for me. It's sweet, but I also got a kick of the lemon at the end. So that's really good. I like that. And it's healthy, so that's awesome. Very healthy alternative to maybe ice cream or other sweets that you may be eating during this time. So we just did step number 4, test for sweetness. You can add anything you need, like I said. Step number 5, transfer to an airtight container and you're going to freeze this for 2 to 3 hours until it's a hard consistency. So I'm just using like a to-go container that I use for lunches and different things. It has this lid that I'm going to put on it, so I'm going to freeze it in here. You can use anything you like if you have something similar. I would recommend using that. And so I'm going to just pour some of this in here. I'm going to have to get a bigger one as well, but you're just going to pour this in. Look how yummy that looks. Wow, it's so creamy. Look at that. Yum. That looks so good. It almost reminds me of like a strawberry sherbet, and I love strawberry sherbet, so this will be good. All right, I'm going to put my lid on here, and I have some more in my blender, so I'm going to get another container. And again, you're just going to put this in the freezer for 2 to 3 hours. Just kind of check on it, and if you like it a little softer, maybe you'll leave it in there for less. So just kind of check and play with it and see what you prefer. So I hope you guys enjoy this activity and enjoy your yummy frozen strawberry yogurt.